Welcome back to another episode of the Bulldog Bark. We're back with another episode. This is more like a review episode, if you know what I'm saying. We're going to go over what happened in the rest of March Madness. We're going to go over the final 4 games, and then we're going to go over the national championship. And then, spring has came, and we're going to talk about some spring football games.
Great time of the year, baby.
I love football because I don't know ball when it comes to basketball.
And I love football because Notre Dame's great again. So
We will see. But speaking of me not knowing ball when it comes to basketball, I was kind of arguing to argue last week on the podcast, talking about Houston-Duke game. Turns out I was right.
Cato. You had him going to the Natty and winning.
So he's still. I just want to put out there. He still is the best player in college basketball. Cooper Flagg missed 3 shots in the last 2 minutes. So
Yeah.
including one that would have put them up by 1 with just over or under 30 seconds left.
Now, that was almost an air ball, correct?
No, there was 8 seconds left when he shot that ball, FYI. Sorry.
Yeah. 8 seconds.
But they had a 7-point lead, a minute and a half
Yeah.
left? I mean, that's just an incredible comeback by Houston, honestly.
I mean, but you got to think, I'm not blaming Duke for playing all these freshmen because they had the best freshmen. And, these freshmen were the best players in the country. They're going to the draft. But they started 3, if not 4, freshmen on the court at one time.
I mean,
The only experienced player, and he's still an underclassman, was Tyrese Proctor. And he was a sophomore.
I mean, what can you say? Don't forget, Mason Gillis was old, but he was new to the team, so I wouldn't count him as
Yeah. I mean, I think it goes back to what I said, though. When it comes to a last-minute 7-point comeback like that, Houston never had a national championship. They're hungry for it.
They were hungry for it.
They were hungry for it.
Yeah, I'd like to spin it over to that Auburn-Florida game because that, my friends,
I didn't watch that.
I thought it was a good little
I didn't
game.
watch it either, but
Tell us about it, Jake.
It's them, not me, buddy.
Florida did end up winning 79-73. Walter Clayton Jr. had 35 minutes and had 34 points.
34
That's a lot of points. That's a lot of points by one guy.
Now you just wait for what he put up in this national championship game. You just wait, okay?
Okay.
You can proceed. My bad.
You're good, Jake. Johnny Broom, who wasn't it Cato was saying was one of the best players on Auburn?
He is the best player.
Or best player. Only scored 15 points.
How many rebounds?
7.
It had to have been the elbow.
Always got an excuse.
No, I mean, he hurt that elbow, and I believe there was only a few days of rest in between the games. So,
He had a week.
That, like I said, a few days. A week is only 7 days we're talking about here. So
Yeah, but during those 7 days, he could have been icing that elbow.
Yeah, but
I mean, injury recovery is it's a hard
and
concept.
if you saw the injury, it looked pretty bad. So, maybe, he was healing it. He was trying to get it healed. But, he just couldn't get it healed all the way, and it affected him. Which, Auburn had other scorers, too, Pettiford.
How did Pettiford do?
7 points.
Maybe that's why they lost. Maybe not. Let's point all the blame on
Pettiford
Johnny
was on the
Broom.
bench.
Yeah, but he's their 6th man. He comes in
And he's a
get
great
buckets.
player. Yes,
He only
gets
played 23 minutes.
Who was the leading scorer?
Baker Mazzara. With 18.
I think he's one of the oldest players in college basketball right now. So I wouldn't be surprised. He's been there a while. He knows how to get buckets, read the floor, hopefully. Didn't read the floor good, I guess, that night.
Just to touch on a little bit of, I know we didn't plan on it, touch a little bit on Monrovia sports. Monrovia boys volleyball has to have the hardest schedule in any Monrovia sport.
State bound.
6-0 right now, undefeated. Beat Brownsburg, Decatur Central, Plainfield, North Putt, Whiteland. I mean, and not by small margins either. We have been walking teams so far. So, excited. We have some hard games this week. Franklin Community, that will be a hard game tomorrow.
I mean, track. Shout out our track team. They're really good this year. Girls track. They're good this year. Boys, I don't know about the boys track team, but they're doing all right. Golf will be, would just be mid, to be honest. I mean, we'll win more games than we did last year. And then baseball, they've told me they want to win a sectional championship. First time in Monrovia history, but I don't know if that'll happen after last night. They lost, was it 24-11?
Oh, wow, that's a lot in baseball.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
They didn't even play their D1 pitcher either.
Who is their D1 pitcher?
He's committed, well, they have a shortstop committed to Indiana
they play?
State. Indian Creek.
Oh.
The D1 pitcher is undecided, but he's got a couple D1 offers. He throws like 92, 3. He throws gas. But I'd like to spin it over to the national championship game. Let me tell you, electric game. Okay. So, final score, Florida 65, Houston 63. Great game. Came down to the wire. The wire. But, like I said earlier, Walter Clayton Jr., 11 points. 11 points. A little letdown out of Walter Clayton Jr.
Well, speaking on last week, didn't Connor say that Houston has one of the best defenses in college basketball?
Yes, they did.
Yes, they do. Well, both teams Florida shot from 3, 25%. And Houston shot 24% from 3. And usually they don't shoot like that. Like Walter Clayton Jr. shot 1 for 7 from 3. But he had 7 assists and 5 rebounds. So I think the assists make up for all the stuff that he let down. And then they had Richard, I think it's Will Richard. Yeah, Will Richard. He was the leading scorer with 18 points. And then for Houston, they had LJ Cryer, 19 points. And I forget who had the final shot for Houston, but they had plenty of time, like 19 seconds or something like that. He dribbled down, they were passing it around, came down to it, guy went to go shoot it, realized he was not going to get this shot off, spiked it off the ground, and after you do that, you can't touch the ball because otherwise it's travel, other team's ball. Mm-hmm. And he spiked it, waiting for a teammate, like he's boxing this guy out. Mm-hmm. And he's waiting for this guy to come get this ball. And then Florida dives on it, spikes it, passes it out, and that's the ball game. Rough ending, but
Real rough ending. So I don't remember how this saying goes, but I'm going to kick the hornet's nest here. Cato, you've been pretty quiet. Are you ready to start talking about spring ball, buddy?
So, gotta be honest, didn't watch the national championship game because I was a little salty Duke lost. Because I will say, not a Duke fan. I root for IU in basketball, but I'm a Cooper Flag fan. I'll stand on that.
This man hates me for rooting for IU in football, but the second it turns to basketball.
And Dante DiVincenzo stood on it. If you know, you know.
How's spring ball looking? What would we? I brought up a topic and you just kept running with basketball, Cato.
No, I was just saying. But
Alrighty.
So I guess, I'm a Notre Dame fan, so we won't start off with Notre Dame. We'll leave that for last.
Oh, okay.
We did make the national championship.
But lost.
okay, so
the
what
most
teams do you have? Because
the teams I have to talk about are, I'm going to talk about Miami first. I'm going to talk a little bit about IU.
okay.
And then I'm going to leave Notre Dame for last because Notre Dame's the most. So first we can start with Miami. And I'm only talking about Miami, big surpriser, because they play Notre Dame first week. Okay. And the person I'm most scared about on their roster is, some people don't like him, some people say he's not good. Nonetheless, Miami thinks he's their superstar quarterback that they brought in, Carson Beck.
Carson Beck, yeah.
He's the person I'm most scared on their team because if you look at Miami, they're losing the wideout they had, number 7. And they lost their quarterback. Cam Ward's probably going to go number 1. And I feel like there'll be a potential air raid offense with Carson Beck, try to get the wideouts involved, and why I'm scared of Carson Beck is he brings the air raid offense. We saw it at Georgia, and if you look, that's what Notre Dame guarded the worst in the season was passing. I mean, you look at it. I know. I'll bring up the Penn State game, for example. Drew Aller torched us. If it wasn't for that great play that a freshman corner made to pick the ball off, we'd probably lose that game.
Okay. How many transfers did they get this year? Do you know, like, roughly?
Who?
Miami.
The last time I checked, they were at like 8 transfers.
Okay.
And so, but Carson Beck is obviously the main one. They're giving him all that money. And then next, well, I'm sure Connor could input on this a little bit. We'll talk about IU football. Big IU football guy, right?
I am, but I've not been watching spring ball, so I do not know what 2026 holds for us.
They got a new quarterback in the transfer portal from, I believe, California?
Yep.
Mendoza?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he a sophomore?
I believe, no, he's an older guy. They're
Okay.
coming in like 1-2 years maybe, mentor. But if you look at his tape, he's pretty impressive. I think he can play as good as Rourke did, if not a little bit better. Mm-hmm. He's a little bit more mobile than Rourke. As it came out, Rourke played with a torn ACL all year, I heard somewhere.
Yeah.
But
I'm a Purdue fan, so like hearing about IU, Indiana school, big rival. I wouldn't say I cheer for them, kind of prey on their downfall, but Rourke was a really good quarterback, and the quarterback that they just got from Cal, I really think was good. Like, I think he could have went somewhere even better than IU.
I mean, I'm looking at him right now, 6'5", 225, a redshirt junior. His hometown is actually Miami, Florida, but coming from California.
Yeah, so, I mean, that guy's a good quarterback. Put up some good stats this year.
Cal has produced some good quarterbacks, like Aaron Rodgers.
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff, yeah, I was just about to say that. Great quarterback.
Great quarterbacks.
So he's appeared in 20 career games with 19 starts over 3 seasons in California. He redshirted his initial college season. He's ranked 14th overall prospect in the transfer portal and number 3rd for quarterback.
Really good.
Number 3rd?
Yep, 3rd for quarterback in the transfer portal. Not looking bad at all.
Yeah.
He's a big guy.
For instance, I hate to brag on him. Riley Leonard was, I think, ranked the 5th best quarterback when Notre Dame got him. And he played like one of the best. So
Okay. The glaze is insane, but
it's not a glaze.
It's expected.
Look at the stats. He put up good stats. He's the reason we were in the national championship.
He's a running back.
But you still lost.
But you still have more passing yards than rushing yards. It doesn't make sense.
you're a quarterback. I hope that.
Yeah.
Hey, Connor, what's the saying? Second place is the...
It's first loser.
Yeah, or you could barely scrape your way into the playoffs and get blown out in the first round.
It's a first-year team. Leave us alone.
But
Play us some
okay.
basketball. Actually, don't. We weren't great this year, but it's okay.
And losing the coach, but yeah. Now we can flip it to Notre Dame.
Here we go.
And here comes the glaze.
All right. Where do you guys want to start first?
Where do you want to start first, Cato? Because I am sure you have a list.
Oh, I do. I think we should start at the quarterback room because I think this is one of our deepest quarterback rooms in 10 years.
Okay.
Because you got to think, so I'll start with number 1. The senior, he sat behind Sam Hartman, Buckninger, and Riley Leonard. He's a senior out of New Jersey. He's a Jersey boy. Anyways, it's Angeli, right? Mm-hmm. The thing with him is he's the most mature and he has the most experience, obviously. Being the most mature comes with the age. He's also probably the best leader because he's got to sit behind some great leaders like Sam Hartman and Riley Leonard and even Tyler Buckninger. But he's not as athletic as these other two I'm about to name, and his problem is he stands in the pocket with the ball way too long. And we saw it, but I mean, so the 2023 after Sam Hart went to the draft, he played the whole bowl game, and everybody was shaky. They're like, we don't know if we like this kid. But if you remember in the Georgia game, when Notre Dame defeated Georgia, I believe it was 23-10, blowout. Riley Leonard got hurt, got thrown on the ground with a concussion. And Jelly came in, and Stephen Jelly was pretty good. I mean, he got us to
What
where
game was this?
we needed to. The Georgia game.
Okay.
Yeah. I believe Georgia was in between when we beat Penn State and after we beat IU. And then next, who I think should get it, he's a redshirt freshman out of Michigan, C.J. Carr. Saline, Michigan, I mean, they breed some of the best players, I guess, because here's what C.J. Carr brings, right? 5-star on some websites, 4 stars on some, coming out of high school. He's on that bridge.
Okay.
But he has the best arm out of all 3 quarterbacks as a freshman, which is really wild. He's a natural leader because I think this comes with, he started high school since he was a freshman and a high division of high school. So, he kind of already coming in was like, I was a leader in high school. Mm-hmm. He already had it, but he just amplified it his redshirt season.
Okay.
And then he has the fastest throwing motion, which is really important as a quarterback. And he's not as athletic as this next one I'm about to name, but he can move. He's in the 4s 40-wise.
You got to think, though, he's a young quarterback, so he's going to make those young mistakes, as most quarterbacks will, which could sell you a game or two, which I don't think you could take this year. I mean, the teams are getting way better, and if you lose 2-3 games, I mean, there's a chance you don't make the playoff.
So back when Stokes about ranking, he's currently 5th, which, like you said, Riley Leonard was also. He's 5th for the quarterbacks by 247 Sports right now at 6'3", 209. Not necessarily a small quarterback, but
Who is that?
this is C.J. Carr.
C.J. Carr. Yeah, I was about to say he went back up to 215. Those are old.
Okay.
I just read it like it was Tuesday.
I got you. But yeah,
Or
last I
Sunday,
saw, 5th by 247. So
Okay.
But I mean, but you also got to think his upside is super high. So, it might be worth playing him now. Also, you haven't seen him play in the game. You don't know how good he's going to be. So,
I mean, the connection with him and your receiver, what's his name?
Jaden Greathouse.
Yeah, I think that's him. Is going to be crazy because he's a great receiver.
Yeah.
And if you got a good quarterback,
We'll touch on him in a little bit. And we'll touch on a few other of the receivers, too, that I think would be great. But and then the next quarterback is sophomore Kenny Mitchie. He's the best athlete by far. I mean, he's like a Lamar Jackson. He's an athlete.
okay.
But I feel like his arm just really, isn't there compared to the other two. And Kenny Mitchie, from what we've saw, he has problems reading some defenses.
Okay.
So,
I mean, back when the Ravens had RG3 in Lamar, they used to run a 2-quarterback set.
yeah, they had Mark.
Yeah, they called it the Heisman.
The Heisman, because they had 3 Heismans.
Yeah, and they'd always have an option where they could run it with Lamar could pass it, or Lamar would pitch it to RG3, and then he would have the same option, which I think you guys could do.
Yeah.
Put him where he's a running option, but he could also throw it, and he could just pitch it if so.
And also, I read an article, Coach Marcus Freeman, he said it, they don't have a QB1 right now. Every quarterback is taking equal amount of reps with the ones. And he said he doesn't think for any of them he'll have to change the offense. Consider running or passing more.
Yeah.
Alabama should have been so much better last year. 17 5-star recruits and 50 4-star recruits. I was just thinking about that.
I mean, most of them will redshirt because they know they won't get PT, but
There's still just so much potential in that team.
what's that guy's name? Ryan
Williams?
Williams. Great receiver.
Yeah, young receiver.
He actually went early into college, like Cooper Flag
He was
did.
17 years old.
17 years old.
And did you hear why?
Why?
Because he played football in Alabama, and he won Mr. Alabama 3 times in a row.
Wow.
That's insane.
That's insane.
But
That kid's going to be
that's insane. But coming next, we'll talk about the running back room. That's a big thing with Notre Dame. I'm not going to shy away from it. We run the ball a lot. We ran the ball with Roddy Leonard a lot. We're probably going to run the ball
It's the Indiana ball.
with whatever QB, and then we're going to run with these guys. And I guess I'll start with the people who probably aren't going to get a play, but I still think they can be really good. They're young. We can start with Nolan James Jr. He's a 5-star, and he won the Player of the Year for New Jersey, and he went to DePaul Catholic.
Okay.
And then he was a 5-star freshman. He's probably going to come in, red shirt. Then we got number 20 coming back for his sophomore year, Aeneas Williams. He played some big parts in the Penn State and Georgia game.
Yeah.
And then the Ohio State game, he was out there too, so excited to see him. Then we have Kadarian Young. I mean, we all saw him. He got some reps when Price got hurt and some reps when Jay Love was, dealing with. So, yeah, honestly, the fact that we could get so many running backs to play last year and get experience was great because we already know. And then he was listed as our fullback, but he does play fullback, but he's listed as a running back. Jabrian Payne, I mean, he's a solid blocker. We know what he's going to do.
Bring the fullback back. We want the wishbone.
Yeah. And I mean, next, you all know these two. I mean, they're part of the three-headed monster in the backfield last year. Jadarian Price and probably the best duo in college football next year, Jadarian Price, and the best running back in football, if not the best player next year, is going to be Jeremiah Love.
I don't know about best player. There's a lot.
I mean, there's
There's also a lot of glaze going on. Right?
There's a graphic I saw that had him in the top 4. So he's definitely top 4.
Did you make the graphic?
No, but it was Ryan Williams, Jeremiah Smith, and Jeremiah Love, and I forget who else. There's one more.
He's always looking for those participation trophies, isn't he? He was top 4 in this graphic. We went to the national championship. I mean, come on.
No, it said what are the top 4. It didn't have them numbered. It was just 4 players.
Okay.
So I said he's going to be the best, and I'm saying it here.
All right. I think you're reaching, but we will
You saw
see.
his season last year.
He played good.
Now,
And I want to mention, Jadarian Price had like 60-something carries. If you give those carries to Jeremiah Love, he's putting up Genty numbers. Jeremiah Love gets hurt from how good our running back room is. We're going to have a 5-star that's not going to play.
I mean, I'm going to say Ryan Williams will be the best player in college football next year. But that's just me.
Okay.
I really love
I
watching
think Jeremiah Smith is better than him.
I just can't
No,
agree with that.
I don't agree with that
He's
either.
good. He's really good.
Jeremiah Smith took a smoke screen 56 yards against Oregon.
Also, Ohio State has stacked with players.
So is Alabama. Your point's invalid.
No, it's not. I couldn't
Alabama
name you Alabama's running back last year.
is historic. All right.
He thought he was going to make fun of you, and then he also couldn't, so.
Quick question. The high school ratings, like 5-star, 4-star, do those actually matter in
Yes.
college football?
Oh, yeah. It's recruitment
It's
level,
how
dude.
you get recruitment. So,
Yeah.
like, if you're a 4 or 5-star, you're going big D1.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're a 2-star, you're not going. You're probably not even going to Purdue. Let's be honest. No hate on Purdue, but we all know Purdue's not the Alabamas, the Ohio States, the Notre Dames.
Talk about running the football. I feel like that's all we can do. We try to pass, we just can't. Like
Maybe it
talking
was
about
the
Motown?
quarter.
no, we're talking about Purdue.
Maybe it was the quarterback back there.
I'm not kidding you. Like we tried the starting quarterback, and then we tried our backup quarterback. Supposedly the backup quarterback was supposed to be better than the starting quarterback. Boy, was that wrong.
Sounds like you're talking about
What
Notre
was
Dame.
that wrong?
I mean,
Speaking, okay.
Dude, to watch 66-0 in person was boring. I mean, you guys suck.
it was terrible.
Speaking of being able to throw the ball, we got to talk about Notre Dame's wide receivers. And first, we'll start with, he's playing lacrosse right now. Probably going to win his second national championship
insane.
in 3 years.
That
for
guy's,
lacrosse.
he's a dog.
Jordan Faison. And I just want to mention, people underrate how good he is at football.
I'm not a Notre Dame fan. He's a
an
good
athlete.
receiver. And to be a dual sport athlete as well.
And then we're going to get, I believe he came from the same school as Nolan James. This team was stacked. They blew everybody out, beat everybody by 50. DePaul Catholic was like that. Anyways, but we're getting the son of Plaxico Burress, Elijah Burress.
I mean, Notre Dame has a bunch of ex-NFL.
We also have Kennedy Urlacher.
Yeah.
He's a safety, but he's the son of Brian Urlacher, legendary middle linebacker for the Bears.
You complain about OSU's
You also have
budget a
Jerome
lot.
Bettis' kid, don't you?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we got him too. He's a wide receiver.
Yeah.
You complain about OSU's budget a lot for being such a big money school. I'm just
What do
saying.
you mean?
It's Notre Dame, bro. I don't even know what more I can elaborate on that.
Look at it. They spent like $12 more million on their team than us.
Yeah, I understand like money that you're physically putting into your team, but just like I don't know. I feel like Notre Dame's just notoriously a money school. You're a rich
Because
school.
we're wealthy?
Yeah, yes. Bingo. Nail on the head.
Yeah,
glad we've seen eye to eye.
Because Ohio State, all they have is football. Their basketball's not very good. No. See, Notre Dame, we have to spread our money amongst all sports. Our college baseball's good. Our lacrosse is the best. Our football's good. Our women's
College
basketball.
lacrosse is fun to watch.
Our women's basketball was one of the best this year. Okay, we're getting off topic as we normally do. And then
We haven't talked about food yet.
the number one receiver that maybe I think in all of college football. I mean, you saw in the playoffs. He was playing amazing. He's for sure top 5. You won't find a list that says Jaden Greathouse is not a top 5 receiver next year. And it's the number one, Jaden Greathouse.
Thanks, you already stated that.
There's a chance I do find a...
I'm looking it up right now.
Okay, good.
I mean, every game in the playoffs, except the games we didn't need him to, IU, he had 100-plus yards and a touchdown receiving. So,
He just called your team out. What are you going to do?
Chill.
I mean, we knew it was over when we stopped them
Yeah,
on
ESPN
defense.
doesn't even have him on top 20. Never mind. Ignore whatever I just said.
We knew
High school players.
we knew it was going to be easy when our first offensive play, Jeremiah Love, took it for a 98-yard touchdown.
First of all, why were you at the 2-yard line?
We stopped them.
We stopped them.
What? Why did you not punt?
I think they did.
Don't look at me, I'm a kicker.
No, I recall.
Therefore, you should know.
No, I recall they did punt them, and it just was on the 2. It was
Dude.
a good punt.
Exact quote by Mark. IU special teams coach. They've had a new special teams coach every year for the last 6 years. It's a mess.
Crazy.
Same with Ball State. Ball State's.
Yeah, by the way, Alabama's kicker, Connor, speaking of kickers.
I love him.
Yeah, no, I know you talked about him. He's probably going to get drafted.
Yeah, he
I
is.
was playing Madden. I downloaded the draft class rosters. I see his name.
Dude,
I'm talking.
best kicker in the nation last year. I mean, he's insane.
I see his name.
Most Alabama man I've ever met. Shows up. What are those glasses? Tinted aviators. One of those Alabama hats. He's spitting just sunflower seeds. Just spitting sunflower seeds. Just launching 65-yard field goals at Decatur Central High School. I'm like, what are we doing here? I mean, he's a dog.
Could have just downed my water.
He's been doing that all podcast.
I was gonna say I threw his in the trash.
He's been taking little
That
sips.
wasn't my water?
No, mine.
Oh, I thought that was mine the whole time. Why'd you throw mine away?
You drank that one too. I threw it, airballed it, and yelled Duke. You didn't catch that?
That was a good one. Anyway, no, I didn't.
Well, I think that's all we have time for today. We learned a lot about Notre Dame spring football and a lot about how much Cato loves Notre Dame football. You guys should have already known that if you listened to the podcast. And Notre Dame is not going to the Natty this year. Neither is IU. Purdue won't even win 5 games.
I was gonna say we take shots at here.
So that is all I got from this podcast. And Florida won the Natty. Shout out Elias Wagner.
Duke sold.
Good night, Motown.
So
We chomp. I gotta give it out there for
we
Elias.
chomp.
We chomp. I gotta give it out there for Elias.
Gotta give it out
we
there.
We chomp.
Bark, kiddo.
Hey!